When he learned the new ruler of Judea was Herod's son, Archelaus, he was afraid to go there. Then, after being warned in a dream, he left for the region of Galilee. So the family went and lived in a town called Nazareth. So again, more obedience, more guidance. Just in the moment you're like, uh-oh, am I going wrong here? No, God will continue to guide you. So the family went and lived in a town called Nazareth. For this fulfilled what the prophets had said, he will be called a Nazarene. Now, I don't know what Matthew was trying to say here, and that's a normal part of the story. We know that he went to live in Nazareth, but what Matthew is trying to tell the people of Israel is this means something. Okay? Because notice this sentence, he says, hey, this fulfilled what the prophets had said. He will be called a Nazarene. They're going to Nazareth. Ding, ding, ding. This means something. Now, I think the people in Israel, as they would have read Matthew chapter 2, they would have picked up on it. What kind of prophet? What is going on there? Well, you go all the way back to Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1. Out of the stump of David said will grow a shoot. Yes, a new branch. Now, branch is with a capital B, bearing fruit from the old root. They're out of the stump of David's family. Now, a stump, is that a live tree or kind of what we would say a dead tree? Or a tree that was removed from the property? When you think of a stump, is that a thriving, growing tree? No, when you think of a stump, what do you think of? That's a tree that used to be there, but it's not anymore. Now, I have some, I go back to my back fence, and I've got little, does anybody have like weeds that they grow long enough, they turn like into trees almost, they're on their own? Maybe it's just me. And you got to cut those, you can't really pull them out. You can dig them out. But sometimes I'll just kind of chainsaw them down or something, just get rid of that, and you'll see a little stump there. But within 1 year, what can happen? There's little shoots that come out of that stump, and then it grows right back up again. So you got to kind of put weed killer down on the stump or dig out. That's because the weed will just come back. Now, to me, that's bad news. But what Matthew's saying is there's good news. Because you can look at a stump and say, the tree's gone. But there can be a new branch that will grow out of that stump, and a new life can begin. What's Isaiah saying to Israel? There's going to be a time where you think your nation is what? Gone, kaput, over with. But there will be a new branch that will come from the house of David. You want to know what that Hebrew word for the new branch is? It's called Nazir. Out of Nazareth will be a new branch, a new Savior, a new direction. So Matthew was saying, Israel, if you think our nation's kaput, gone, whatever, don't miss if you don't obey, you're not trusting. So what are some ways that we can trust this morning? I mean, a great way to find a new branch in your life is to ask, have I trusted him with my life and received him as my Lord and Savior? That's a great way to trust. And that kind of trust takes obedience. It takes stepping out and saying, I know that I'm a sinner. I know that I don't have Jesus in my life, and I believe, and I need to trust him. That takes stepping out. That takes telling somebody. That takes praying. That takes reaching out to a friend. That takes obedience and calling out to the Lord and saying, I need you to save me. For some of us, trust might mean, being disciplined with our giving, because that takes trust and obedience. And there's a new way in my life that I can be giving to bless others. For some of us, trusting might be forgiveness. The new branch in my life is finally learning to forgive those in my life that I've not been able to